All right, here we
Okay,
go.
we
Welcome
dram.
to Wee Dram.
Wee Dram.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Are
So-
you nosing some whiskey over there, Johnny?
Yeah, why not? That's what we're here for.
Quick to it.
All right, so the Little Bay, it's,
Oban,
yeah,
Little Bay.
it's been sitting up there for a long time. I've really been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Just because I hadn't had an Oban for a long time.
Right.
I don't even remember the last time I had a 14. I can't remember.
I can remember. How's this for pulling a story out? I can remember somebody bought us our last bottle of Oban 14.
Bought us?
Yeah, bought the bar.
What?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Left it there as a tribute. It was a female.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking
Now
about.
you got it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
true.
Wow.
Crazy, eh?
Pretty good entry scotch, though. I mean,
Well, I mean, it's definitely a nice offering.
yeah.
It's an expensive classic malt series whiskey. It's not a bad move.
Well, yeah, I don't know what I'm smelling there, though. Are you smelling... I can't even remember what you said.
Strong citrus,
Yeah.
juicy, has a vanilla overtone, and an
Vanilla, not so much. Not like I'm used to now.
Think
That
of it
nice
like
vanilla
a
used
peach
to.
vanilla shake.
Very little vanilla, though.
No, with
Like compared to last week's?
wooden cup. There it is, a wooden cup holding a peach vanilla shake.
I get that. The peach is really creeping in now.
Yeah, well, it's got because you got the and I don't know if I have it right. I could be completely influencing things in the wrong direction. I could even think like almost mango-y and a little bit, but apricot, but in a fresh, right off the tree apricot. You know?
Maybe, yeah. I'm getting a little bit of dish soap.
Well, and I think that dish soap, it could be that creme fraiche that I'm talking about. I just have a really dressy way of talking about sort of maybe something that should be more in the the washing room, like the old laundry room downstairs in a bigger house. That's what it's like. You're in the laundry room of it with that dish soap. That kind of dish soap that sits at the door and crusts up over like a year, but it's still there. If you need
Yeah.
soap, it's like
Still works.
It still works. Yeah.
Well, I got to go in and try it.
You ready
Enough
to go?
talk.
Enough talk.
Let's fight.
Let's enjoy. Juicy fruits, gonna move ya.
Yeah. It might be a little bit of an 80s ad.
It's explosive, but kind of like at the lake explosive. This is not an ocean whiskey. Not in
It
that
should
sense.
be, though.
I know it's not though, eh? It's not like salty and briny and here we go. It's different.
Yeah, I don't even know what to think
It's
about
it's-
that first.
It's
sip.
hard to classify, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not pretending I have it nailed with all this juice and stuff. I definitely want to hear what you have to say. But I definitely think it's different and it's sort of milder. It has a bit of like a zip in the back of the throat, but it's not like it has a great finish. It has an interesting finish.
Bit empty, though, eh?
Yeah, a little bit. And but I do like the flavor of it. Like it has a really nice, I don't know, like I say, it's juicy fruit, man. It's kind of like a young, it could be even better if it, this is why I think the Oban 14 might be like, I can see where we might be going by drinking this. I don't know if we have to foreshadow and look ahead to where we're going, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find that distinctive flavor, though. I look at it as it's kind of the general Scotch flavor for me. It's not like that. It's a little bit outside of that. It kind of goes a different direction than the Dalwhinnie does.
Interesting.
In sort of a different way. Not as good, though. Not as good.
Not as refined and
No, there's not as
not
much
as
going
complex.
on at all. But at least it's not.
Yeah, this does lack complexity when you start to talk
Yeah.
about that. This is very like the Oban Little Bay is very upfront with the juice, and then it's like it kind of has a moment of spikiness as it finishes, but it doesn't really blaze there either.
It kind of tries to be spicy, but it doesn't really
Yeah, it doesn't
reach up to that.
No, I didn't think so either. I think it dances around the edges, with the spice, but definitely it doesn't impact the overall flow.
No, nothing hangs around too long. And then the finish is almost a little bit harsh.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it doesn't impress me, the finish. It just sort of leaves me like, we get like a burn that lingers, but nothing that encompasses it or it holds it. It's just more of a rawness, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
The more I sip it, the less I like it. I think the first one confused me because there was something there that was different. And then it was like a splash of all this different stuff, but once you sorted it out with the second sip, it became much more simple. So
Interesting.
does that speak to the fact that it has just been opened too?
Yeah, it could. I think so.
But the second sip right after that probably doesn't have that much time to change.
Well, and we've had it out in the glass for a bit now.
Oh, that's
like,
true.
you know, the ball's been opened and closed a couple times, and these glasses have been sitting for a bit, so we should be getting somewhere in terms of what it really is all about. But I would agree. I mean, I'm not enjoying it maybe as much. I still think it's juicy.
I can see what you're saying about the juicy. It's a bit of a citrus splash.
Like a fullness to the front of the whole thing. Like a plum drop or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
if it's anything, it's that. I think
Yeah.
that's probably where it succeeds.
Yeah, exactly. And then
But other than that,
beyond that, it sort of lacks.
so is that one that's I've seen that around, right? We can get that on
Oh, yeah.
a regular basis now,
It's
right?
about $104.99.
Wow, $104.99 before taxes.
Yeah.
Holy man.
So it's not a cheap whiskey.
So
for
I
something
think
that's
that
not
could be a
good.
2, really.
Could be a
'cause-
2. Well, we're definitely feeling it at this point that it's more like that, like a 2. Because, yeah, it just I don't know. I guess maybe I gave it too much credit. Or
Well, I don't know.
I was impressed with it enough. I do like the nose, though. I won't lie.
And I think it would probably beat Aberfeldy, but because it's so much more expensive, it's almost twice the price.
Come back to the nose with me for a bit
All right.
now.
I don't know.
Like?
What-
Dislike?
It in a weird way, it reminds me of like an Auchentoshan. I don't know for sure though. Just the one that we have, which is what
Yeah,
the
that
American oak.
citrusy, woody kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad guess, actually. Jeez, I hope that's not the comparison scotch, though. Do you think it could be?
I don't know. That would be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It
but
should-
actually, now that you mention it, like, I've been struggling with coming up with a pairing. You know, I was thinking, like, Balvenie, maybe. Dalwhinnie you mentioned, but I think it's a smoke show.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I really don't know where to go, but that Auchentoshan American Oak, maybe, I don't know. Let's pitch it. That's not a bad whiskey to put this up against. It's the best I can't think of. a
That
better.
was also a bit of a surprise for the year, I think, too, for me.
It was
it was like
for
a-
the $56 whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those eye openers too. Where you're like, oh, I see what you're doing.
Why not?
It was,
Yeah.
it's not
I
bad.
know. And I think I recalled drinking it with you in like mid to late May of last year, because that's when, you know, I remember getting it from UBC, coming home and stopping.
Okay.
And and I do remember it was springtime, like late spring.
It was downstairs, though,
Yep,
wasn't
it
it?
was downstairs, but I remember we were
board
both like,
game.
spring is in the air. Like, it's like, you know, it's like that whiskey in that time of year, and this kind of, I can see where that might be appropriate, you know, where whiskey kind of works itself into a, like, 'cause you know, who's to say you can't have Lafroig in July? Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's something maybe that could be better, like, well, maybe save it for January or just or November, or I don't know, almost. You know what I mean? Like,
There
you
is
can
something
almost
to say,
classify
yeah.
whiskeys in a seasonal sense, you know? Yeah. So, but that being said, I don't think you get too tied up in it. It's just where it's sort
No,
of like,
because
that
you're
works
not going to put off,
No,
if you're
you're
going to
not
have
gonna-
a 10, like, no
if some-
thanks, I'll
no,
wait.
Yeah, no, I only drink Lagavulin 16 in
Yeah, in the
these
fall.
months. Yeah.
Yeah,
late
October to-
late
to-
fall to
to
early
early
winter.
January, yeah,
Otherwise, I'm not interested.
Yeah,
No, I don't think we should take it there.
no. Nor could you really. It just wouldn't, yeah. Good scotch is a good scotch. You can have it at any time. A good scotch is needed.
I still enjoy this though.
Do you? Okay, let's go
Yeah,
on
I don't
again.
think I don't think it's, you know, as dish soapy in the laundry room as we're making it out to be. But that being said, I don't know. I kind of like
It
it.
is, though.
Yeah.
Okay, on the sides of the tongue, there's a bit of an unpleasantness, isn't there? It kind of bites. It kind of goes down like sandpaper a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, really?
I do, yeah.
I thought that was going to be a long shot. Okay.
But no, I don't know if it's just the way I'm tasting this whiskey tonight, or like, because I could be being harsh on this. Just maybe because, like, if
Well-
I had a bit of heartburn after lunch today, could that be impacting my drinking right now? You know, like you tell me.
We'll know when we taste another one.
That's the thing, is that's why, you know, just like the Kalila, you don't know until you actually have had the whole bottle, which is an interesting thing. Like the Lagavulin 8, there's another one where the first couple times I was like, yeah, a little atrocious, like it's just so intense.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the bottle, I was like, well, wait a sec, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
But there's a lot of scotches that are like that, but they would go the other way too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
But we should move. Why don't we do that then? Okay, so the Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan American Oak. I think it's the best comparison scotch we have tonight.
Yeah.
Comparison Scotch.
Do you like the campfire feel in here, Johnny? Just
Yeah,
with
it's
the
working
single
for me
light
now.
and
We
the
don't
pool,
need to read.
The pool of light that just sort of washes over the recording area here by the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's very pleasant. Very pleasant. Enjoy that. It's sort of a faux fire.
Yeah, it does seem
Yeah,
like that.
it's
Because
a
it's coming from a low angle.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, I know. It kind of fills the room in an upward way, where it draws your eyes away from
Yeah.
maybe where you are. Like so, it's a very different type of light. Ah, here we go. We had at our right. We should maybe get another bottle in the spring. As soon as we hit.
That's not bad though. There's still plenty there to.
Oh yeah, no, but we might at this point. You might as well drink it out. You know?
Well.
I'm not saying tonight.
Right. Yeah, I didn't expect the bottle to look like that. What was I doing there?
I'm not sure. You
Can
got it
you
all
move
lined
that
up.
box? And then
Do you
I
want- do
changed
you want me to-
direction.
Yeah, that's better light though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Nice pour, Johnny.
Thanks.
Bring her in. Well, time to enjoy our comparison scotch.
You know, this bottle, I'm looking at it. Wait, it's this
The
one, right? Here we
compact.
go.
Remember we had the Highland Park bottle initially that was
Yeah.
like that, and then this bottle followed it up.
I didn't think it was like that. I forgot. I thought it was a little more.
Very
I like the
economical,
Oban
eh?
bottle. I kind of like that style.
No, that's so economical looking. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a perfect use of. It's ergonomical. It's not
a bourbon
luxurious.
bottle.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a Mickey style thing.
We should maybe get a few good, decent bourbons around here, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I'd like to just sort of have a little like maybe
Comparison bourbon.
comparison bourbon. I know a bourbon that would compare with this.
Like a cowboy could come into town every time, and he's going to take a crack at it. You know?
So here we go. Different on the nose.
Is it? There's a isn't. That's going to be
There,
edited.
Susan.
Did you?
Chug you. Why ya? That's the side. What's it falling behind?
How about
Everything.
time?
Can't quite get it together.
No.
All right, getting back to the whiskey.
All right, getting me. What is wrong with me?
What do you mean? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
What? I'm laughing. Are you laughing?
Auchentoshan. I'm laughing. I'm crying.
All right, bring it back.
All
bring it
right.
back. Here we go. We've had plenty of time with this whiskey.
Okay, the nose. I'm not picking up much.
I know it's hard to come up with words because it just doesn't have a lot to offer.
so much, pausing
It's
there,
way flatter than the other notes.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not spicy. It's not. The other one was popping off
too bad.
citrusy. This one is like a walk in a wet wood. You know,
Yeah.
It's sort of like, I don't even really want to be here. I can't see anything.
Why'd you choose
There's
me?
no birds. This is just brutal. Sad and depressing. This Auchentoshan nose appears to be a bit sad and depressing at this moment.
But it should be in its prime, really.
Yeah. Well, let's hold out for the taste.
But maybe that's the Oban coming through with a real big, it's...
Well, here, just
Stack.
take a quick sniff of Oban. Just try and just come back to this here. Light, airy.
Yeah, but it does have that... I did
Citrusy.
get that peach, now that you...
Peachy,
as soon
yeah.
as you said that.
Yeah, I know. It's that's like it's like
It's like a cider, like
buzz.
peach cider
yeah,
that
it's
you
like
used
a
to get.
Canada
That's why
cooler
the dish
thing.
soap thing comes into it. I think this one's going to beat it in the flavor.
The nose
I
certainly
sure
not
hope so.
though, eh? The
No,
nose
the
is just
nose,
pissy.
unfortunately, is...
All right.
It's really hard
we
to
need
find
to
anything.
sip something here.
All right.
Interesting at the end.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. It's a bit light, but
Really
but
light.
it's nice light.
It's not a bad contrast after having that like intense. See, now I'm thinking it wasn't me so much as it was that whiskey.
Yeah.
That it was like my throat was burning. It wasn't my heartburn or anything. It was just actually the way the whiskey
Yeah.
was. Because that doesn't taste like that at all. This tastes
No,
so palatable.
Yeah.
So much easier on my body. You know what
There's
I
a
mean?
moment where you almost think there's nothing there.
I know, and it's a little weak.
But then you're like, oh, no, it hangs around.
It's nice. It's just different, very different. I can't believe how intense the Oban is now. Unless we just chose the total opposite whiskey from what we just had. Like, what we were looking for was wood and citrus. And what we found, maybe wood and citrus, but it's so different, it's hard to compare them
Yeah.
in tasting, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's really crazy, actually. I feel like I've just had like a coolant or something hit my body. It's actually quite pleasant. I don't know. We're talking about a whole different thing here than just tasting.
I like the way you put it. I can sense what you're talking about. Well, I'm going to try the Oban
going
again.
back to it?
Yeah, I just got to try it right
Yeah,
away.
interesting. Okay. Bringing the other one around.
All right.
Back to the nose. Higher octane fuel. This is a little bit like that Port Ascag on that regard, actually, when I think about it now. It's like sweet and powerful. But at 43%, you wouldn't think it would be anywhere near the impact. So maybe this has something to do with the accelerated small keg cask process, where you just get more power out of it, you know? Might not
Right.
necessarily be better. It's just like more impactful.
Yeah, that's right, a 3% difference there, isn't there?
3% difference, but a different distillation too. Remember the Auchentoshan was known for moving the whiskey through the pipes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
that was a little bit disappointing.
right?
Yeah,
Downer.
yeah. I don't know if I like the Oban going back to it now much though. It doesn't wow me.
No. It's strong. It's kind of interesting.
Mm.
It's almost easier to drink. Yeah, no, actually, no. It still
It's
has sort of
stronger,
a,
but
still
it
has a
still has a
nasty
bit of-
aftertaste. Yeah, has a nasty aftertaste. It's like it definitely burns my throat.
Yeah, I think
It
I'm
is-
getting that too.
Yeah, or it's burning my throat right now. That's all I know. Whereas the Auchentoshan doesn't even come near that.
This thing is, the Auchentoshan doesn't really necessarily lose. It's not a strong Scotch. I don't think it wins either.
I think
though.
I'm enjoying it more.
As a nicer
I would give
drink,
the
just a
nod
more
to
pleasant drink.
just in this moment right now.
Yeah.
This comparison between these two whiskeys right now,
Well, we're-
I would if you left the room and you were like went home and I was still had a craving for one more whiskey and I could only drink these two,
Yeah.
I would take the Auchentoshan
Right.
every time.
Yeah. Every time.
I think.
Huh.
I mean every time as far as based on this experience, let's put it that way. Yeah, perfect. That's really perfect. It is quite strong.
Yeah.
You don't want to like waste your throat on that stuff anymore, or save a little Auchentoshan to cool it out.
Yeah. there's
It's
some
so
in there.
funny how that works. I mean, say what you will about comparison Scotch. This is a very interesting comparison Scotch because it's like more how to use Scotches to save yourself from negative impact from drinking whiskey. And on a certain level, that's kind of what's going on right now.
Can you expand on that?
Well, that Oban whiskey, when you drink it, it has a nasty flavor that goes down the back of your throat a bit.
Yeah.
So what's been happening is we've been using the Auchentoshan to cool that off by like neutralizing it, and like it almost feels like it kind of keeps the Oban in its place a little bit. You know?
It's like the firemen of Scotch.
Yeah. This is the lowlands, just like whoa, we're gonna triple distill this down a little bit here, yo, just bring this down, you know. It's like,
Yeah, I hear you.
just the look you're giving. Is this guy losing his mind or what?
No, I was right there with you.
Were you?
I was thinking of stuff to add on.
I just really thought you looked at me like, why are you doing this right now?
No.
So what do you have for quote of the
Okay,
night, Johnny?
I'll read. I got 3 options here.
Okay.
Quote of the night.
So we have a choice.
Yeah.
So you're going to give 3 thoughts that'll be on the podcast. And then the viewers, yeah, that's a great option, actually. Do it all. Waste all 3. Let's go.
Okay, whenever someone asks if I want water with my Scotch, I say, I'm thirsty, not dirty. Joey Lewis.
Joey.
Never delay kissing a pretty girl or opening a bottle of whiskey.
Fair enough.
Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest, you always knew what to say.
My God, so much I like to drink scotch that sometimes I think my name is Igor Strawinsky.
Strawinsky. Who's that? Stravinsky?
Yeah, Stravinsky.
That's pretty good. Actually, this is the winner, I think.
Yeah,
That
the
being
last
said,
one?
could you read the first one again? No, really.
Okay.
I just sort of like couldn't figure it out. I know.
All right.
A
Well,
little
I don't know
slow.
if we know who Joey Lewis is. Do you know
Well-
who Joey Lewis is?
Does it matter?
Well,
Context
Probably.
is everything.
A little
Context
bit.
is everything. You're right.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. But who cares?
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
imagine he's a guy that wasn't very successful at boxing, so he ended up being a bit of a hitman. But then he was sort of charming enough to get a few bit rolls.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. We'll keep that in mind. Whenever someone asks if I want water with my scotch, I say I'm thirsty, not dirty.
So the water just is good for cleaning? Is that what
I
I'm
guess so.
supposed to
Yeah.
infer
I
from
just
that?
want scotch. Just keep it to
I'm
the scotch.
thirsty, not dirty. But what's like in this day and age, what's sort of confusing about that quote is that, like, water is pretty important for thirst, and you got to accept that as sort
Yeah,
of,
but some people still say like drink. You know, the old
Yeah, I know,
drink.
I know.
Drink
No,
beer,
you
save
definitely
water, drink beer.
Sounds like it's about 1957, you know, or something, right? Like, yeah, not quite 97. Absolutely.
Really specific.
Yeah.
That's great. So, what do you think, Joe E. Lewis, or we pretty much, you know, we could go over just.
Let's go to the third one again. What was it?
All right. My God, so much I like to drink scotch. I don't think
Nice. It
that's
helps
not
a bit,
Russian.
but it's Eastern Blocky. You
It
know,
should
you
be
can-
more like my God, so much I like to
That's
drink
even-
scotch that sometimes I think my name is Igor Strawinsky. I don't know. That wasn't
It's
Russian
not
either.
bad though. You see what you're going for. I think you do it quite well.
Eh,
I know. You'd
lost
have to
it.
work it a bit. You know,
Yeah.
There to be around Russians a little bit, which probably doesn't happen very much for you.
no, it
No,
doesn't.
No. I like the first one. The second one? What's the second one again? Never delay kissing a pretty girl or opening a bottle of whiskey. That's a good one too, though. You know, it's sort of like pre-Me Too era, though, right? But mind you, why should we be so...
It's funny, like that ship has come in and it's staying in port.
Pretty much.
There's no.
You can't even
No.
have fun kissing pretty girls and drinking whiskey anymore. It's like that's out. That's passe. Yeah, nobody does.
But what's
that.
wrong with that, essentially?
No,
Like,
I
I mean,
don't
you know,
think
like, I mean,
There's
as long as
nothing wrong with it.
you know, if you're doing it in a sensible manner, and I think there can be a sensible way. I mean, we're assuming that that there is some sort of invitation. You know, like if there's a moment,
Right.
You know, that you share together, not so much you're forcing yourself on her,
Exactly.
right? I mean, you can't really, you can't assume you know what he was talking about.
Ernest?
Yeah, I mean, and even if he was talking about like you know forcing himself on her, you know, it doesn't necessarily apply that way today. You can
No.
still use it as a truth.
Well, and what I've noticed about most of these situations is that if the moment's there and you take advantage of it, and you misinterpret it being a moment, the girl generally will let you know.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it's there's nothing wrong with trying. It's being respectful if you're being turned down. Like I think that's part of it. Like if people never took the initiative to do anything, we would probably not have many babies anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not you
That's a
think
good
the
point.
world's population should slow down or not, that's a whole nother debate. But the point is that acting on instinct is sort of how we create babies. And it's like, if you're going to start denying some of your basic instincts, that's fine. You just have to accept that there's ramifications for doing that. You know, it's like,
I can't remember what quote we're on.
well, the quote we're on was this Me Too era Ernest Hemingway
Oh, the
stuff.
Ernest Hemingway one.
Yeah.
We kind of went over them
But
all.
we went, yeah, we did, but we settled there and started going off on a tangent about how we accept the way the world is. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And kind of what we're spoon-fed to think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's just talk quickly about this.
What would you like to talk about?
I would like to talk about the fact that the the classic malts now have expanded, which I didn't know about, and I know I probably should have, but I didn't know that. Did you know that they changed in 2005?
No, I didn't. I did not know they expanded.
Yeah, they expanded, and it kind of bugged me. And what didn't bug me like that they brought in Kalila.
Kalila.
But there was Cardew and the Clanleach.
Oh, Glen
Leash.
Yeah, they're taking a bit of a position, those guys.
And then there's Glen Elgin,
Don't
Glen
know.
Ord, Knockandu, which I don't think...
Knockandu, don't mind.
Yeah, Knockandu.
We had one bottle that we both enjoyed.
Okay, well, that'd be a good one to try again. And then Royal Lochnagar.
Oh, some of those ones crept. It's a lot of those names appeared in the Game of Thrones series, eh?
Right, but it kind of bugs me.
Yeah, well, they're working their brands.
Yeah, but I mean, they're working their brands, but like they expanded it, so it's sort of like, well, what
How
classic malts,
what does classic mean?
I thought they
Unpack
represented
it. Yeah, so
the
classic
best one
goes
in
from
that
5
region,
to
right?
16. We have a huge expansion.
Well, no, but weren't they supposed to represent regions more or less?
Yes.
You know, one from the islands, one from Isla,
One from the Lowlands, one from Space.
yeah, right.
Yep.
So now you add 6 to 7 more, and what does that mean? Doesn't that kind of destroy your whole classic malts?
Yeah, I think it does. I think they might be trying to create variations on the 5 themes or whatever that exist. Like, I don't know, but I haven't explained it. You know, I'm only trying to imagine what they would have done and
It's
why.
totally a marketing ploy.
Yeah,
That's all
agreed,
it is, right?
Agreed. But let's face it, so was the original classic malt series.
Yeah, but at least it was hidden behind kind of a cool
a
thing,
little
like
teaching thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
a teaching thing,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
it made
yeah.
us look into
Yeah,
it. We're like,
I know.
these are the different regions. Let's try
Exactly.
them all out.
It's
right?
quite intriguing.
And now
yeah.
there's like, well, there's a whole bunch
Yeah.
from each region. Like,
But that goes more toward the terroir approach to understanding why Scottish whiskey.
yeah, but it's all from one company, though.
Fine, but
That's my point.
Yes, I bow down to that point. It's an important point because it basically shows that one massive company controls the majority of what happens within this, place. Yeah, we love this stuff, so you're gonna have to understand the difference between Diageo and everybody else.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah,
It matters.
it does matter. It's not like an independent company is picking, what they think is the best.
Yeah, trying to work something special and different and beautiful.
Here's everything I make. And these are my favorites.
Mind you, I'm not saying Diageo's the evil empire either.
No.
Because they actually have
they've got some
of the
good,
best
decent
stuff.
Yeah, they do.
And we're talking about Lagavulin 16 here, so.
And Talisker.
And Talisker.
So that's
Pretty
that's a
much
pretty big
2/3 of
1-2
everything
punch
we
right
care
there.
about. Yeah. Pretty much. 2/3 of what I love is captured by you. Thank you, Lefroy, for staying out of that nest.
Yeah, then we might as well just buy stocks in that.
That's right. We probably should buy them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was good. That's what I want to talk about. Oh,
Very
the other
different.
thing?
Yes.
The other thing is, do you know what Oban means?
I think it means Little Bay.
It means Little Bay.
It does.
So what is the name of the scotch?
Oban, Little Bay.
Really breathy, but it
Too
could-
breathy?
I think
Oban, Little Bay.
Good.
I like
Good.
that. You were really controlling that breath. You were
I'm gonna go
sucking
the
it-
other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the
Did
other.
we get it?
I do not want to be
No.
breathy.
Okay, so getting back to my question,
Yeah.
because that's where what is the scotch? What is the name of the scotch that we're drinking? Sorry, let me try that again. What is the name of the scotch that we're drinking tonight, Gordy?
Oban, Little Bay. No? Little Bay? Oban, Little Bay.
No, it's Little Bay, Little Bay.
What? You're joking.
Well, that's what Oban means.
Oh, right. Is that what you're setting me up for the whole time? It just took me like about 8.5 minutes
That's
to
all
get
right,
there.
but isn't that
Sort of redundant.
isn't it?
Yeah. Now that you
So
point
it's
that
not
out.
a great name for the scotch.
For those of you that didn't understand, let me tell you again. Oh God, that's hilarious. Little Bay, little Bay. It's gonna be like picked on forevermore. Anytime it shows his face, you'll be like, little
Tapping
Bay,
it on the
little
top of
Bay.
the cork. Little
Yeah,
baby,
yeah, little Bay, little Bay. Hey? Oban 14 better pick up the slack here.
I know.
It's just getting whooped. There's a whooping dog.
Wow.
It's an expensive whooping
It's
dog.
the big brother's gonna come in and set us
Strathila's
straight.
twice the price of Strathyla. You get to
Oh,
you
yeah.
get to beat it up a bit.
Pretty sad.
Pretty sad.
Oh yeah, this was funny. I was on the website.
Yeah.
I was just looking for
But the
stuff.
Oban
Yeah, the
website?
Oban website.
Yeah.
And like most of the Oban website, yeah, I guess it was sort of their town. But most of the advertisements, like when they said the top 10, 10 things, it's gonna be the worst payoff ever.
Is this a joke too?
Yeah. Oh my god. It's not really a joke. No. I found it funny. Whatever, like the tourist bureau of Oban. Like one of the top things to do once in Oban was to watch the sun go down.
Nice. Just watch it. There it goes. That's one thing you can do.
Yeah, well, can't you do that anywhere?
It's useful there because you have a lot of ocean in front of you.
Yeah,
But that being said-
we live in that place too.
Well, we're fortunate because we have a westward-looking view.
Yeah, but even like when the sun goes down in the
Yeah, okay,
prairies,
hold on. Let me make a point about where we live and
Okay.
why it's not that great.
Not that great compared to.
Maybe where they are in Oban, but
Well,
I
but
think...
look
hold
at
on,
where
hold
they
on.
are.
I haven't finished my point.
All right.
In Vancouver,
Yeah.
one of the reasons why we don't have a prime sunset is because of Vancouver Island. So it actually takes away from those last moments that can create the most, impressive stuff. So that's a problem.
All right.
But I think Oban would have a similar problem because if you look at the strait that divides the city from the Isle of Mull, I think Mull would do something very similar to what the sun does here in Vancouver, where it gets cut off by an island before it's all the way down.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But they do too.
Right.
That would be
yeah,
my point.
exactly. They do too. So
Yeah.
it's not even that great a thing to do from Oban.
Right.
It's just a thing to do.
Yeah.
Like you say, that could be done pretty much anywhere. The sun goes down
Yeah.
universally, is what
And
you're
it does.
kind of
And it can
alluding
look
to,
pretty
right?
anywhere, but I would say that the best sunsets I've ever seen have been in Hawaii. So,
Yeah.
where there's nothing obstructing that view. Exactly.
So that might go to that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It does for sure.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a fella named Brendan McCarran.
Yeah?
And so-
McCarran?
yeah. And in 2009, if I can read my own writing, he was the Oban distillery manager.
Okay.
But what I found out interesting, and I just made the connection, was he was also at Glenmorangie afterwards.
McCarran?
And yeah, and he was the guy responsible for the Tarlogan.
How do you know this?
Well, because it was he said when he was there, it was his favorite, because he moved
Oh,
over
yeah?
to the Glenmorangie, and it was his favorite dram, like that came out of their family in 2017, which is when it started.
Very interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought that was it
Yeah.
was a good point.
That's a really good point. To the Tarlogan.
Yeah, but also to this guy, he clearly knows. Like,
Knows his
I'm
stuff.
assuming that the Oban 14 is going to be better than the Little Bay.
Yes, I
right?
hope so.
Yeah, so I think that's their staple.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you could say he's still responsible for the Little Bay.
Right.
That is a very good point.
Yeah. Point and counterpoint.
So the last thing was, and we'll close. Oh, we still got time. The infamous Pattison crisis. Have you heard about this?
They were the Pattersons, I think, were the original distillers.
Yeah.
And the builders
well,
of the town.
I don't know
right?
if they were the original ones, but they did end up buying it.
Oh, they bought it eventually? Okay.
They ended up running it into the ground on a scam, like a money scam. So that was kind of an interesting point. They kept borrowing money and then just building their empire up on
Credit?
credit. Yeah, they just spent everybody's investment money, and they had like they made about $40,000 a year, and their debts when they were finally busted were around 170.
Wow. Mismanaged.
Mismanaged, but it was a big time for scotches around then. I think a lot of them ended up folding right around that time because things were just going downhill, not doing well.
No, it sounds pretty critical. Well, and I think at that time there was a number of overarching companies that began to wrest control from the regions, and they started. That's where the blended whiskeys came from. Is that they would pillage all these single malts and just draw them up into these different blends, and they'd sell them off and at market price, and people would drink them.
Right.
You know? And that's how whiskey began its distribution. Right. Got hot by doing that, and then eventually came back around, and we're where we are now, where it's all about the single malts. If you're into that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And there's certainly a lot of people.
If you're into Scotch, eventually you'll get there.
But it's good perspective when you think that no matter how much we love a single malt, and people like us love a single malt, that the biggest sellers are still like Johnny Walker, Famous Grouse. That's who sells.
But only on name, like just because they have a
on
better
volume.
marketing
They
team.
sell,
but because they sell themselves better. It's not because
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Once you get
Marketable.
into in fact, you could look at it and you could say they do a service for Scotch, the Scotch
yeah, but
whiskey world in general.
they float the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
get all that.
Yeah, but also they're like the gateway.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
if you do like it,
It's
one
a
day
good-
you're walking through the liquor store and you see like a non-blend, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna try it. And you're like, whoa, this is so much better.
This is
This is
crazy.
why people say
Yeah.
single malt Scotch is the thing to drink.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up. Well, it was a good night, Little Bay.
Little Bay, thank you for sticking it out. If you made it this far, you're a true fan.
Wow.
Gangsta Boogie.
Gangsta Boogie. All right, Jake.
Woo.
Good night.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
We're done.
Are we done?
Yeah,
Did we
we're done.
We
We're
closed
done.
it off?
We closed it 10 minutes ago.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's okay. You might have to chop out some of that too.
You wasted 3 quotes though. Or 2 anyway. We needed 1.
And what was the third one again? Stravinsky.
Stravinsky.
Stravinsky.